Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Dhanesh here. So in the last video we were discussing about k nearest neighbors. Today I am going to discuss about another important algorithm, that is naive Bayes algorithm. Naive Bayes algorithm. Let me see, I will explain why it is called naive and Bayes algorithm that we will discuss. Before that I will discuss about most fundamental things about this algorithm. We will start. First of all, I will tell you this is a supervised machine learning algorithm. It is a supervised machine learning algorithm and it is used for classification. These 2 points are very important. Then this uses, see why it is calling it as this algorithm is known as naive Bayes algorithm because it uses Bayes theorem. It uses Bayes theorem in probability. See, Bayes theorem in probability, it is one of the fundamental concepts in probability. See, in probability you have dependent events and independent events. The outcomes may depend on the previous event. See, when you are tossing a coin, the outcome, first time you toss the coin, the outcome depends on the previous event. Such cases, that is known as it is independent events. So tossing a coin is an example for independent event, because when you are tossing a coin, the output can be the result, the outcome can be head or tail. That outcome does not depend on the previous outcome. Such events, we call it as independent event. Now another example I can tell you, you have 5 red balls and 4 green balls inside a box. First you have taken one ball and it is red. Again, the second time you are taking another ball, that ball can be red or green. That probability depends on your previous outcome. Such events we call it as dependent events. So the Bayes theorem we apply for dependent events. So we call it as the conditional. So the previous condition, it depends on the previous condition. So that probability, for Bayes theorem we use for dependent events, and that probability we call it as conditional probability. The current outcome depends on the previous outcome. Such probabilities we call it as conditional probabilities. You got it. Now I will come to Bayes theorem. See, probability, see when you are writing probability of A, what does it mean? It is for independent events. It's just probability of A. But if your probability depends on the previous outcome, we write it as probability of A depends on the previous outcome, previous probability, that is known as the conditional probability. Another example I can tell you. So I am planning to go out for cycling. So it depends on if it is raining. See, I am planning to go out for cycling in the evening, but that also depends for another probability. Like if it is raining, I won't go. If it is not raining, I will go. So the probability of going for cycling depends on another condition, whether it will rain or not. See, such events we will come up with conditional probability. This is the Bayes theorem for conditional probability. The Bayes theorem is conditional probability of A with respect to B is equal to conditional probability of B with respect to A into probability of A, that is the probability of A. These two are the conditional probabilities divided by probability of B. This is known as Bayes theorem. So probability of A with respect to B, conditional probability of A with respect to B is equal to probability of B with respect to A into probability of A. That is the independent probability of A divided by probability of B. So this is all about Bayes theorem. So I have given all the important introduction to naive Bayes theorem. I told you it's a supervised machine learning. It is a classification algorithm, and we use Bayes theorem. I explained Bayes theorem here. And one more thing I want to tell you, that is why we are calling it as naive Bayes. After that I will get into the math, the proper math behind this algorithm. So why we are calling it as naive Bayes means naive Bayes theorem is naive because it makes the assumption that features of a measurement are independent of each other. So the naive Bayes theorem takes this assumption: the features of the data set are independent, features of the measurement are independent of each other. That assumption the naive Bayes theorem takes. So that is, the theorem is naive because it is almost never true, because they won't independent actually. That's why naive Bayes theorem. You got it. Now I will get into the math behind this algorithm. So this is the equation we are using. Now let us assume that we have the features we are having. We have, for example, if we are having the height and weight. So at that time we will tell height and weight are the features. So let us assume that our features x, it is going from x1 comma x2 comma x3 up to xn. These are all the features, and y is the output. Okay, so by conditional probability, the equation. It is your equation is it is a probability of A with respect to B is equal to probability of B with respect to A into P of A divided by P of B. This is the conditional probability. Now this equation we are modifying to how we can apply this Bayes theorem to our machine learning model. So we are changing it accordingly. So you can listen. It is it's very easy. I am writing the probability of the output. Y is the output. We have features x1, x2, x2, x3 to xn. I have already written. Probability of y, the output depends on the features x1 comma x2 x3 up to xn. That is equal to probability of conditional probability of x1 with respect to y, then probability of x2 with respect to y, etc. Probability of xn with respect to y into probability of y divided by probability of x1 into probability of x2 up to probability of xn. So I have applied, we have x1, x2 up to xn. Those are all the features of the data set of the measurement. Y is the output. Then the Bayes theorem, your Bayes theorem is probability of A with respect to B is equal to probability of B with respect to A into probability of A divided by probability of B. Here instead of A you have Y, instead of B you have this, instead of B you have x1, x2, xn. So we can write probability of B with respect to A will be probability of x1 with respect to y, x2 with respect to y, up to xn with respect to y, into probability of A. Probability of A means probability of the output y, divided by probability of x1, x2, xn up to xn individually. This is probability of B, right? So you understood, we modified that equation like this. Now you have to understand, what you need to understand is, again we are modifying this equation. In math class, in your college, and in your school classes, even in school classes you learned, we can change this. This is I am writing this term in the beginning. This is probability of y. This entire term I can write it as pi. See, sigma we will use it for summation. The corresponding term in probability is pi. I is equal to 1 to n. Instead of sigma, we use it for summation. In summation of series, arithmetic series, geometric series, you use sigma. The corresponding term, it's not sigma, it is like that continuity. We can get it from pi. This is p of x1 to y, x2 to y, xn. So x1, x2, xn. So this I can write it as probability of xi condition y, right? The whole divided by, again, probability of x1, probability of x2, up to probability of xn. This is the equation we changed. Only change I have done is I introduced pi. Now again I am writing so you can understand, like see, if you have this thing, we have probability in the left side. You have probability. What is this left side? I have already written. It is probability of conditional probability of the output, which depends on the features x2 up to xn, right? Then this is, I can write it as, this is proportional to, because all these probability of x1, probability of x2, probability of xn, all these things are constants. It is the independent probability of all the features. It's a constant. So a constant into this, so it is directly proportional. Constant, 1 by constant will be another constant, a constant into these terms. So I can introduce a proportionality, that is this is known as directly proportional. Then probability of y, then again pi, I is equal to 1 to n, probability of xi y. So this is, we have changed like that. See, from this, if you want to get the, if you want to get the, what is the probability? For example, we are using it for classification. Let us assume that we are using it for binary classification. For example, let's assume that whether it is the student is passed or failed. So the two conditions, yes or no, passed or failed. So if it is passed, we get a probability of 0.9, and failed we got a probability of 0.1. Then what is the prediction? It is passed, right? 0.9. So that we need to apply the maximum value. So we will write it as, that is, we can write it as y is equal to the maximum value, arg max, of the probability of y into pi I is equal to 1 to n probability of xi conditional with respect to y. So this is the value of y. So like this, we've modified Bayes theorem into this. So this is the mathematical treatment for Bayes theorem. I have told you why it is naive Bayes. We are using Bayes theorem. Why it is naive? Because I already discussed, it is naive because it makes the assumption that the features of the data set, the features of the measurement, are independent of each other, but that's not actually completely true. The theorem is naive because it is almost never true. That's why we call it as naive Bayes theorem. all the aspects I covered. It's a supervised machine learning algorithm. It's used for classification, all those aspects. The complete math, the Bayes theorem I covered. Bayes theorem is used for, dependent events. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel. I will be coming up with more videos. Please subscribe.